going to work out volume, then we need to take a look at exactly how to read volume on a measuring cylinder. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look and see what happens. They've given me on this measuring cylinder 50 milliliters and 60 milliliters. And between there are 10 spaces. So in other words, each one of these represents one marking. So that would be over here, we would, let's say, have 51. And this would be, say, 52, 53, 54, that would be 54. So you can work out what the graduations mean on the measuring cylinder. The next thing we need to do is we always need to measure the bottom of the meniscus. And in this case, the bottom of the meniscus is on 55 milliliters. The bottom of this meniscus is, if I take a look at the graduations here, I have got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this turns out to be on 13 milliliters. And on this particular example over here, I look at the bottom of the meniscus and I take a look at my graduations. My graduations are going to be, I'm going between 6, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5. 6.6, 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, 7. So this pink line is sitting at 6,6 milliliters. It then asks me to convert all of these readings into liters. Now, if I am going from milli to no prefix, milli is 10 to the negative 3, or it's 1,000th of something. So let us first do the 55. 55 milliliters into liters. I am going to say the unit, milliliters, is small when I compare it to the unit liters, which is big. Therefore, the number is going to go from big to small, so I need to divide. If I'm going to divide, I'm going to take 55, and a milliliter is 1,000th of a liter, so divide by 1,000, and I get 0,055 liters. Let's look at the other two. If I'm going to take 13 milliliters, and I'm going to convert that into liters. Again, the unit 1 milliliter is small when I compare it with 1 liter, which is big, and the number will therefore go from big to small. Again, as I take a look over here, milli is 1,000th, which means I need to convert by a factor of 1,000, and if I'm going from big to small, I will divide. So it's 13 divided by 1,000, and I land up with 0,013 liters. Last one, 6,6 milliliters into liters. I'm going to say the unit. 1 milliliter is small when I compare it to 1 liter, which is big. The number will therefore go from big to small. I need to divide. If I am looking at milli, then I am going to say milli is 1,000th of a liter. So again, I am going to say 6,6 divided by 1,000, and I get an answer of 0,0066 liters. If I'm now taking a look at a volume of a regular shaped object, such as a cube, I am going to remember my equations from maths, where the volume of a cube is equal to length times breadth times height. So it's going to be equal to 12 times 4 times 3. It really doesn't matter what order you do that in. 3 times 4 times 12 is equal to 12 times 3 times 4 is equal to 4 times 3 times 12. It really doesn't matter the order at all, as long as I am going to multiply all three of those dimensions. So I'm going to say 12 times 4 times by 3. and I land up with 144. They didn't tell me a unit here, but I'm going to say, let's say that was centimeters, centimeters, and centimeters. If I multiply centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, I land up with centimeters cubed. What if I were to change that into milliliters? I would then have millimeters. 40 millimeters times by 120 millimeters times by 30 millimeters. And I could then get the volume in millimeters cubed. If I'm going to convert with mass, I'm going to say, here I've got grams into kilograms, so let's write that down. 256 grams into kilograms. 1 gram is small, the unit is small compared to 1 kilogram, which is big. I then say the number will go from big to small, and therefore I need to divide. Taking a look at what I'm going to divide by, I look at kilo and I see that it is 1,000 times bigger than no prefix at all. So the conversion factor is going to be 1,000, and I go 256 divided by 1,000 is equal to 0,256 kilograms. If I need to go from kilograms into grams, let's do that quickly. So I've got 9,34 kilograms into grams. My unit, 1 kilogram, is big when I compare it to 1 gram, which is small. So what will happen to the number? The number will go from small to big. What do? I multiply. I then take a look at my prefix, kilo, and nothing, kilo. The conversion factor is 1,000. So I am going to go 9,34 times by 1,000, and I land up with 9,340 grams. The last one, I've got milligrams into grams. With milli, I need to take a look that it is 1,000th of a gram. So let's first write all of this down. 52750 milligrams into grams is going to be the unit. 1 milligram is small when I compare it to 1 gram, which is big. As you can see, milli is much smaller than no prefix at all. The number is therefore going to go from big to small, which means I need to divide. A milligram is 1,000th of a gram. So in this case, I will divide by 1,000, and I'm able to see that if I take a look on the table over there, it's 0,001, so that's 1,000th, and I get 52,750 grams. Now you can press pause on the screen and practice each one of these. When you have completed them, you can go unpause it and you will see the answers and check whether you have managed to master all of these questions. There are the answers to each of those. Double check yourself. If you have not managed to get some of them right, you may wish to go back to the explanation regarding either time or volume or length or mass. Here are some more examples to practice. Again, you can press pause, work through them, and only when you have finished trying them yourself, go forward and look at the answers. Again, check your answers against the ones that are given, and if you are having any difficulty, go back and view the video on how to do the conversions, either of time, of volume, of length, or of mass.